today we will presentation about inflation targeting and the dominant strategy of central bank. We have our team. We have me, Chang, and Ngọc. And firstly, I will explain the definition of inflation targeting. So inflation targeting is a monetary policy of central bank. They set it to a specific asset or they set it to support the economy that puts the customer buy thing now before the price fluctuates. Most of banks over the world set the inflation targeting about 2%. The inflation targeting are volatile to the economy, while the monetary have a slow acting to the price of the market, especially food and energy price. Next is next will be the advantages and disadvantages of inflation targeting. Firstly, the credibility and expectation. The lower inflation targeting will put the economy, the customer buy more in at the moment. And secondly is avoid boom and bust, especially in the UK and US. Avoid the investor hold the asset and just for trade and selling and others. Thirdly, cost of inflation and the finally the credibility and the rise disadvantages of inflation targeting. It causes the inflation. It may cause the temporary relief in inflation. Central bank start to ignore more pressing problem. Sometimes you need a higher inflation rate, and finally the inflation targeting are limited to in data when you have to calculate anything for the market.
Based on what we said, we can see that the inflation targeting has a big impact on the economy, especially the inflation rate. So to understand more clearly, I will show you about the performance of inflation targeting in 3 countries. Firstly, in Canada, United Kingdom, and New Zealand. Firstly, in the New Zealand, it's more a small open economy, but I think that inflation targeting work efficiently in this special case. You can see that the implementation of inflation targeting help this country to control the inflation rate. As a result of tie this monetary policy, the inflation rate was brought down from above 5% to below 2%, and the over last decade, the inflation rate always was keep below 6%. And I think with using this policy, New Zealand growth rate has generally been high, and with some years exceeding 5%. Moreover, unemployment has come down significantly. Next is United Kingdom. There has a continuous change in the inflation rate. I can see that before using this policy, the inflation rate of this country was higher. There was a peak of 9% at the beginning in 1991, and after using this policy, it decreased at 2.2% in 1994, and the years later, this inflation rate continued to increase, to decrease. And the last one is Canada. This was industrial economy, and I agree that inflation targeting is exactly a way to have this country to control the inflation rate. The inflation also fallen dramatically since the adoption of inflation target, and it decreased 5% in 1991, and then 0% rate in 1995, and the years later, the inflation rate was around 2% subsequently.
As you can see, although inflation suggesting have a lot of advantages, it still have some disadvantages, and now I will discuss inflation suggesting with the alternative strategy. There are 4 alternative strategies. There are market rate, asset price expectations, and confidence and exchange rate. First of all, market rate is impacted on by office rate, a rise in office rate lead to a rise in market rate, and a rise in market rate also lead to the reduce in the domestic, such as bank deposit rate is will reduce the consumptions. Next, the asset price is also influenced by office rate. The price of bond is negative related to the interest rate in long term. This means that in long term, interest rate lowers the price of bond, and if the other things are equal, the higher interest rate also lower the price of subsequent. And the third one, the trends in office rate can affect the expectations about the future cost on realistic activity in financial market. And the last one, exchange rate. The last one is exchange rate. The official rate trends also impact on exchange rate. Exchange rate is a relative price of domestic and foreign money, so it depends on both foreign and domestic monetary conditions. And after analyzing the information of inflation testing, I come up with my own opinion. I agree with the idea that inflation testing should become the dominant strategy of central bank, because 2 reasons. The first one is it is the exact way to control the inflation. It is a helpful way to help the country to decrease the inflation. And the next is it help the country. It is the tendency toward increase the accountability of the central bank. It is the reference that my team get, and thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you. Can you back to pros and cons of inflation targeting, please? All right, I want on top you, right? Let's say, Quynh, can you tell me more about the cost push inflation may cause a temporary blip in inflation? More detail about that.
I think some economists argue that the interest should have been cut earlier, and inflation targeting were a reason for the delay easing of monetary policy. For example, in the UK, the cost put inflation rate about to new level of 5% in 2009, and therefore they increase the inflation rate to 2% and require the higher interest rate, and therefore lead to the lower growth.
Okay, thank you. Chan, can you tell me some country that failed in adopting?
Based on what I can read in the newspaper, the country is India.
Why do you say fail?
This country failed because
Okay, thank you. Now, can you tell me what strategy our central bank, state bank of Vietnam follow?
The strategy that Vietnam follow is the control inflation rate. This is a helpful way, and that make the inflation of Vietnam is decreased sharply, and as the example of the other country around the world.
Thank you so much. Thank you.